Hello and welcome to Straight Talk. Across Oregon, Black-owned businesses are helping drive the economy forward. But for many, the path to growth and opportunity has not been equal. To help change that, the Black Business Association of Oregon rolled out a strategic roadmap designed to turn research and partnerships into real policy action. Joining us to talk about that plan and what comes next are Nate McCoy and Orlando Simpson. Nate McCoy is the interim executive director of the Black Business Association of Oregon, and he's also president and CEO of the National Association of Minority Contractors, or NAMC Oregon, where he's led efforts to expand access to contracting, resources, and economic opportunity for businesses owned by people of color. And Orlando Simpson is the board chair of the Black Business Association of Oregon and CEO of City of Roses Disposal and Recycling, where he's focused on sustainability and expanding economic opportunity. Orlando, Nate, thank you so much for joining us here on Straight Talk today. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, you bet. Well, let's get to the questions. We want to know about the Black Business Association of Oregon. It hasn't been around too long, Orlando, officially formed in 2022, but there was a pretty big buildup to its official formation. Tell us about it.
Yeah, that buildup, first off, thanks for the question. Sure. That buildup started, unfortunately, as a result of something horrific that happened that we all witnessed on our cameras and TVs for a period of time, and that was the unfortunate sacrifice of George Floyd as a result of using a fake $20 bill. I think what it did is it catalyzed a lot of momentum and movement around the social inequities and injustices that exist in our country and just around the planet. But more importantly, the question that we were stuck with was, why isn't anybody asking why was he using a fake $20 bill? Mm. And that became the inflection point where myself and other Black business members that were part of the Portland Metro Chamber decided to move into a bigger conversation around economic injustices in our country, and ultimately turned into a conversation around this metaphor that we refer to as the invisible knee.
Mm. Tell me what that is.
And the invisible knee is essentially a metaphor that highlights the economic barriers that Black people face in our country. I believe a lot of people are very good stewards and advocates for the social challenges or even environmental justice challenges that impact Black people and other people of color, but we don't have a lot of strong voices around economic justice, and that was something that we wanted to bring to light.
Thanks for explaining that well. Nate, the BBAO has a list of accomplishments over the last half dozen or so years. Name one that's really made a difference, you think?
Yeah, that was hard. I struggled with naming one, but I'll give you two if I can.
You can do that.
Well, one is bringing visibility to the invisible. So businesses need to be seen and heard and touched in our community, and we have not found a robust system statewide that allows us to know where we find Black businesses throughout the state. So what we customized was a CRM to where we could talk to those businesses as we find them, network, and have a communication channel where we could check in on resources, contract opportunities, technical assistance they might need and face, whether they're in Pendleton or in Portland, Oregon. And then what we've actually accomplished of late after building that CRM system is really being able to populate conversations and having forums like the Black Business Breakfast Forum we held in March, where we brought policymakers, decision makers at agencies, private sector, including banks, to really have a real robust conversation with Black businesses on what we need to be successful so that we can have parity in the economic development system.
How many Black-owned businesses are there in Oregon?
That is a great question. We are still finding more and more as we sit here today, but we've located upwards of 500 already to date. Yeah. We know that there are far more out there than that, but we are going to be hopefully working with our Secretary of State soon to make sure that we can find all businesses renewing or starting a business for the first time wherever they are in the state of Oregon.
As you said, part of the mission. And now your organization's released a strategic roadmap really leading up to the 2027 Oregon legislative session and beyond. Before you break it down for us, what does this accomplish from kind of the high look at the 30,000 feet down? Nate?
Yeah, I mean, I think what we're really trying to do is, at this point in time, is figure out how we move coordination and implementation together with a lot of the private sector and public sector, including policymakers, to really say that we need an economic development strategy. We know the state is in a recession as we speak, and as we recover from that recession, we want to make sure that black business concerns are not just at the table, but a part of making policy changes that support their business lines, which is not just synonymous to black businesses, but really all small businesses that are the backbone for Oregon and across our nation. And so we just want to make sure that we look at the disparate impacts that they face, from procurement to the access to capital to just being seen as a business that has a service to provide to both our public and private sectors. So we want to really bring those voices, figure out a coordinated plan so that we can position ourselves for the legislative session in 2027 to really make some large changes and get some resources to support our business concerns.
Great. Glenda, you want to add to that at all?
I think one of the most important elements as it pertains to this upcoming session and opportunity around our roadmap is our community has never put together a coordinated economic development agenda.
Sure.
And it's not the fact that it's not possible. The greater opportunity is, I believe, that what we've invested a lot of sweat equity in over the past several years is building the coalition. And it's not solely just within our own communities, but it's also with more conventional organizations like the Portland Metro Chamber, like Oregon Business and Industry, like Oregon Business Council, and a lot of other organizations who advocate for economic development and business matters. We're trying to make sure that there is a voice that is very honest and unapologetic about the needs within the black community.
Yep. Nate, for someone who owns or maybe wants to start a business, what difference does your work make to them right now?
Yeah, we see ourselves as going far beyond networking. We are an association, so we definitely want to make sure that we are building relationships within that network. But I think the big thing is, as he's alluding to, Portland Metro Chambers being a key partner. They work with a lot of developers, builders, a lot of policymakers, and what we want to do is partner with them, support our system and our needs within the community, and really make sure that as these businesses are recovering, that they can really take advantage of the economic opportunities coming. There's a lot of projects out here. You know, we've had disparity studies that we've seen for decades over decades that have always shown that the underrepresented communities definitely are not seeing economic parity. And so we want to really position those businesses that see big projects coming, big and small, and make sure that they're ready to go in position to take advantage of those.
Right. And that's putting on your hat also of the Contract Association
Absolutely.
as well, which you were telling me is going strong here in Oregon.
Very much so. And it, you know, construction is one of those industries that help feeds other industries too. Sure. So when you vertically integrate business and you have good opportunities for big contracts, you can set aside smaller contracts for your catering businesses, for your supply businesses that might also support the construction industry.
Sure. So with this roadmap and looking to the legislature and making changes, looking to make things happen there, what are some specific things that you'll advocate for to hopefully reach this worthy and long overdue goal of parity for black people in business, in the business world here in the state? Alando?
Well, I think one of the most important elements is the fact that our state spends, just based on the most recent adopted budget, $70 billion a year. And the data will always tell the story. Historically, based on disparity studies and other researches, it's been a constant theme that, you know, the dollars aren't trickling down into the hands of those who need them most. And so what we're trying to do is bring that to light and ensure that we're in a position to be able to not only make sure that we're advocating for the appropriate lanes for us to dive into legislatively to support our black business community, but more importantly, how do we hold folks accountable to that? And so the roadmap is really indicative of the coalition building that we did in the process to go out into the community and get voices and opinions kind of instituted into that work. And hopefully as a result of that, you know, we will hopefully see some sort of legislative concepts that are coming to the table that are not just for the overall greater good of Oregon, but also have some explicit direction and goals tied into it related to black businesses.
Okay. Got a couple minutes left, and Nate, I want to ask you, you know, you track these key data points in regards to black businesses in Oregon. Is there one trend that concerns you especially right now?
Yeah, well, I mean, I think a lot of folks face this in our community, but incomes. When you look at a household, a black household, and their income levels for a household, you see them hovering around $55,000 which we know in Portland and across the state and nation, it's very hard to live off of $55,000 a year. So what we want to see is with rising costs of affordability of housing, jobs need to pace with that affordability challenge. And right now we see there being an outpace of growing costs for housing and not really a growing market for incomes. So we know that if we can really incrementally over time change that trajectory to see black households go from 55,000 to being kind of considered the same as our white counterparts at 85,000 per home, then incrementally over time we'll see a little bit more parity with folks having a little bit more ease in their pocketbooks.
That would be good for sure. Is there something of progress that you see briefly?
Yeah, I would say the progress we see is black folks are really good at being entrepreneurs. They need to be supported when they want to be entrepreneurs and hire from their communities and get the needed technical assistance. And I can't say that enough because we have not fully funded technical assistance across our state and private sectors well enough.
Well, Nate McCoy, Orlando Simpson, thank you so much. I know it's hard to move the needle with systemic change, but thank you for doing that.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it. Thank you for your time.
Appreciate you too, Tim.
And we're going to take a short break, and when we come back, a candid conversation about addiction, recovery, and prevention in Oregon with leaders from 4D Recovery. Stay with us.